I don't think they should be criminal. I mean, that's the point. I said decriminalise. I don't think it works. I think it's a failed policy. I think criminalising people, putting them in prison, just makes the problem worse. Heroin is a desperate problem. Dunleary's been ravaged by it, and I have a lot of personal acquaintances and friends who've died as a result of it. So I'm not, and I said it clearly in the interview, I'm not glib or hippie about it. But I think that the approach that has been taken is hypocritical, it's not facing the reality, and it's not going to work.
These are Class A drugs like heroin and cocaine. Cocaine is a problem, not just in terms of people using it as a sort of a social drug almost in some cases. I just wonder if decriminalising it is going a bit too far, really, is it not?
I think criminalising it doesn't work. That's my point. So what would you do? I mean, would you sell cocaine in the way you sell cigarettes or alcohol? No, I think the point is that you don't criminalise it. That's the point. That you don't put people in jail for something that is a fairly widespread social phenomenon. I think what you do try and do...
What about dealers, though? I mean, cocaine dealers, for example. You don't put them in jail? People who are illegally importing millions of euro worth of cocaine, you don't put them in jail?
Well, I mean, should we put the peddlers of alcohol in jail?
But I'm not asking that, I'm asking about cocaine.
Well, I don't think we should put the peddlers of alcohol in jail, and so, no, I probably don't think we should. I think by criminalising it, we've driven it into the hands of more criminal elements. Now, I'm not proposing we go down the same road with those sort of drugs as we have with alcohol. I don't think that would be very sensible. I think probably you'd have to have some sort of register, probably things dealt through the health service or pharmacies or something. I mean, you know,
register of cocaine dealers, like?
No, I'm talking about drugs in general, right? Particularly heroin, which I think is that criminalising it and driving it into the criminal underworld is very counterproductive and is probably contributing to more of the deaths. Okay, so how you deal with what are called recreational Class A drugs is a bit more tricky one, to be honest, right? But I simply stand by the view that criminalising it has made the situation worse, not better. And I think we have to have a different approach. Now, we'd need a very serious discussion about how you'd go about doing that. And I don't have all the answers, but I certainly don't think because you don't have every single one of the answers on how to deal with it better, you shouldn't acknowledge that the current situation is not working. And actually is probably, I mean, the criminalisation of drugs and the criminality that consequently surrounds it is probably the biggest factor influencing crime in our society. So do we not need to deal that in a more sensible way? I think we do.
Okay.